The power to tax is the power to destroy. What are the maxims of democracy? A strict observance of justice and public faith, and a steady adherence to virtue. An unlimited power to tax involves, necessarily, a power to destroy, because there is a limit beyond which no institution and no property can bear taxation. The power to tax involves the power to destroy. The power to destroy may defeat and render useless the power to create. To listen well is as powerful a means of communication and influence as to talk well. It is emphatically the province and duty of the judicial department to say what the law is. In a free government, almost all other rights would become worthless if the government possessed power over the private fortune of every citizen. A legislative act contrary to the Constitution is not law. To obtain a just compromise, concession must not only mutual, it must be equal also. There can be no hope that either will yield more than it gets in return. Between a balanced republic and a democracy, the difference is like that between order and chaos. The law does not expect a man to be prepared to defend every act of his life which may be suddenly and without notice alleged against him. Seldom has a battle, in which greater numbers were not engaged, been so important in its consequences as that of Cowpens. When a law is in its nature a contract, when absolute rights have vested under that contract, a repeal of the law cannot divest those rights. The most lively fancy aided by the strongest description cannot equal the reality of the opera. What is it that makes us trust our judges? Their independence in office and manner of appointment. I have always believed that national character depends more on the female part of society than is generally imagined. Precepts from the lips of a beloved mother sink deep in the heart and make an impression which is seldom entirely effaced. The French Revolution will be found to have had great influence on the strength of parties, and on the subsequent political transactions of the United States. No political dreamer was ever wild enough to think of breaking down the lines which separate the states and compounding the American people into one common mass. It is the peculiar province of the legislature to prescribe general rules for the government of society. The application of those rules to individuals in society would seem to be the duty of other departments. The people made the Constitution, and the people can unmake it. It is the creature of their own will, and lives only by their will. No one imagines that a law professing to tax will be permitted to destroy. My gift of John Marshall to the people of the United States was the proudest act of my life. There is no act of my life on which I reflect with more pleasure. I have given to my country a judge equal to a Holt, or a Mansfield. Have no power, by taxation or otherwise, to retard, impede, burden, or in any manner control the operations of the constitutional laws enacted by Congress. The institution of Masonry ought to be abandoned as one capable of much evil, and incapable of producing any good which might not be effected by safe and open means. A constitution is framed for ages to come, and is designed to approach immortality as nearly as human institutions can approach it. Thanks for watching, and subscribe the channel for more motivational quotes.